Hello and welcome to a guide for Amumu. Amumu is a jungler who can carry games through the proper use of his ultimate and proper macro choices. In this guide, I'll be going over his abilities, his combos, his build, runes, and some tips and tricks for playing Amumu. With that, let's get into the guide. Hey, quickly before the video begins, we're going to be doing a giveaway, a skin giveaway or coaching giveaway at 100 subscribers. There's going to be more than one winner, and it's for you guys because your support and love has just been awesome. So I just want to be doing that for you guys. So subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that. And with that, let's continue with the video. Amumu's first skill allows him to pull himself towards the target after stunning them. It's a skill shot, and this is used for clearing waves and also for getting away. For example, if I wanted to go over this wall, it would go over and it would stun this target. This skill shot comes out relatively fast, but it's still dodgeable, so you don't want to be using it too much if your opponent's expecting it, because they can sidestep it. However, if you're using it from Fog of War or unexpectedly, like around corners, it will be very hard to dodge. This can also help you clear the jungle camps more faster, as you can go over walls and then start clearing the jungle. Amumu's second skill is a skill that he can turn on and off. It's a skill that deals damage to enemies nearby him, according to some flat magic damage as well as a percentage of their max health. This ability can be switched on and off, and while it's on, it costs some mana, but not a substantial amount. This is used when he's nearby enemy targets and also when he wants to clear his jungle camps more quickly. Amumu's third skill deals AoE damage to champions around him. This will also give him some armor and magic resist as a passive. Okay, lastly, Amumu's last ability is his ult, the Curse of the Sad Mummy, and this deals a huge AoE stun. And this is the ability that he's most known for. A good Amumu ult can change the tide of battle and can change the entire game. So be sure to use his ult properly and stun as many targets as possible. When comboed in with his other AoE skills, he can just dish out an insane amount of damage and even wipe out entire teams. So one thing I want to note is during all of these combos, you should be keeping your second skill on, as it'll allow you to deal more damage throughout the duration of your combo. So the first combo that you're gonna learn is your level 3 combo. This combo will be the one that you're going to be using if you don't have ult. It's pretty basic. You use your first skill to get closer to them. You auto attack once. After that, you can use your third skill for some extra damage, and then you can follow with more auto attacks. Amumu really comes online at level 5, where he unlocks his ultimate. This is where he can deal an insane amount of AoE burst damage and stuns. So, for his first level 5 combo, and the most basic one is just using his first skill, then ulting to stun, and then after that using his third skill to deal even more AoE damage. This is great for dealing AoE burst damage and for stunning multiple targets that are nearby each other. Okay, a concept that's really important with Amumu is flash combos. Now, each of Amumu's moves have a startup animation of around, I want to say, a quarter of a second. So during that startup animation, you can flash to extend the range of all of your moves. So for my first skill, I can flash like that, or for my ult, I can flash like that. And these flash combos can really catch your enemies off guard, and it's gonna be a concept used in the more advanced combos. Okay, so the first flash combo we're gonna be learning with Amumu is his first skill into flash. And this can be used to extend the range of his first skill like that. So usually the length of his first skill is that long. However, you can extend it by his flash. So again, that would look something like that. The other application for this combo is if there's enemy tanks in front of the carry or an enemy minion wave, then you can catch them off guard by aiming your skill like this and then flashing around them, and then you can ult to get a huge AoE stun on the entire enemy team. This requires some skill, some precision, and some prediction, but if you are able to pull this off, the reward that you get is stunning the entire enemy team and looking like an absolute beast. So I'd recommend you practice this a couple times before trying it in game, but definitely try it out if you just want to have fun and you want to show off some of your moves. Okay, so the second flash combo we're going to be learning is ult flash, and this is usually used to catch enemies off guard. If they're outside your ult range, you can ult and then flash quickly to deal a stun to enemies that aren't really expecting it. This is also used for stunning backlines, so if you want to ult and then flash into the enemy backline or in the middle of the enemies, that's also really useful. However, the combo that I like using when using this concept is first skill. Okay, so a combo that just uses the ult flash concept that we just learned is using his first skill to get close to the enemy team, and then ult flash and stunning the entire enemy team. And this one is a little bit more safe than the first skill flash ult, and you can get it off pretty safely, yeah. Another variation on this is if you're scared that they're gonna get away, you can cancel his first animation and then ult. So you can do first skill flash ult. Okay, so now we're gonna be going into Amumu's build. So the first item that he wants to buy is actually a second tier item. It's gonna be Bobby's Cinder, which helps him clear the jungle camps much faster and get to level 5 extremely quick, especially in Wild Rift. You can get to level 5 really quickly with this kind of item where you can farm the camps really quickly. After that, you want to be taking Liandry's Torment, which is great for Amumu as it gives him extra ability power and max health. So this helps him gain stacks while he's in battle to deal extra damage. However, if you want more tankiness, you do not need to build this item. It's not a requirement, however I would recommend it for the extra AP you get. After that, you want to build a defense item. Right here you see it's Randuin's Omen, however, build this against crit AD carries such as Yasuo, who rely on hitting crits for damage. However, if the enemy team comp is AP, you can of course take an item like Spirit Visage, Adaptive Helm, or Abyssal Map. If the enemy team comp is AD, of course you want to take Thornail or Deadman's Plate or something that gives you more armor. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you want to learn how to itemize well and how I come up with these kind of builds, you can watch my itemization guide, where if you find yourself building the same items in the same order every game, you should check that out because that's a mistake. And in that guide, I'll explain it in a very beginner-friendly way on itemization. After that, you want to be taking Merc Treads against magic damage and CC, and Ninja Tabbies against heavy AD comps. However, if they have an even split in AD and AP, you want to be taking Boots of Swiftness or Lucidity Boots, depending on your taste or whether you want CDR or MS. After that, on top, you can build Zhonya's, of course, if there are key skill shots that you need to immune. However, if there are no key skill shots you need to immune, then I would not recommend taking Zhonya's. Instead, I would recommend taking QSS if they have more CC, the Locket if you want to save your team by giving them a shield, Glory if you don't have too much engage on your team, Proto Belt for the extra dash, and those are the items you want to consider. After the boot item, you want to be completing Sunfire Cape if they're AD comp. However, if they're not AD, instead you can get Oblivion Orb, which gives you more AP. However, if you want to be more tanky and your team lacks tankiness, then definitely be switching this out for a defense item according to the enemy team comp. After that, you want to finish Sunfire Cape for the extra max health and armor. And lastly, you want to be taking a situational item. For this item, I would recommend Warmog's armor if they're even split between AD and AP, and then the same items that I suggested earlier for different AD or AP comps. The last situational item you want to consider is Guardian Angel. This one I would only recommend if you are hard carrying and you're your team's only hope. So definitely be considering it, but don't buy this every game. It's not a cost efficient item every game. Okay, so for Amumu's runes, his keystone rune will always be Aftershock. This will give you a burst of AoE after immobilizing enemies. So after you use your ult, you'll get an extra bit of burst. You also want to be taking either Weakness or Gathering Storm for the scaling. Next, after that, you want to be taking Regeneration if you want to have more sustain and run out of mana less quickly. However, you can take other runes such as Backbone or Conditioning if you need the extra stats. Lastly, for your Inspiration rune, you want to either take Pathfinder for the extra MS out of combat and the extra roaming, or Mastermind, which is actually really extremely broken at this point. At this moment, Mastermind I would say is one of the best runes. Lastly, for Amumu summoners, you want to be taking Smite and Flash. There's no really other choice. You want to be taking Smite and Flash for every single game. Flash because he has lots of combos, and for its versatility, it can be used as an escape tool or for engage. And Smite because he's a jungler and okay, lastly, I want to give you a couple tips and tricks for playing Amumu. The first one is that Amumu really comes online at level 5, where he has his very impactful ultimate. So at the start of the game, you don't want to be ganking level 2, 3, 4, but after he gets his ult, he becomes an absolute monster. So be sure to know when your power spikes are, and for Amumu, it's definitely at level 5. Also, one thing that I would recommend is learning the proper timings for all of his skills, like all of the flash combos. So get really comfortable with the flash combos because they're going to be really useful with Amumu especially. And for catching enemies off guard, it just feels so good to pull off a great Amumu ultimate after a flash combo. So it really pays off. And with that, just keep on practicing Amumu. He's not too hard to master, so I'm sure you'll be able to get him down after playing a few games with him. Okay, that about wraps up the video. I want to just say that this guide was made specifically for Weeb, who asked me to make this guide. Also, here's a shout out to this dude who commented on my latest video. If you want a shout out, just comment saying that you watched till the end of the video, and I will shout you out in my next video. Okay, lastly, some of the gameplay used in this video comes from Konawe Gaming's channel. So if you want to see some pro Amumu gameplay, go check him out. Links in the description below. And with that, I will see you soon. Bye. Merry Christmas.